This is super interesting. When the COVID relief bill passed with Joe Biden president, the 1.9 trillion, where we had $1,400 checks go out to people, you, of course, I'm sure remember that not a single Republican elected official voted for it. I'm not saying almost no Republicans voted for it. Zero Republican senators voted for it. Zero Republican members of the House voted for it. People got COVID cash. Republicans, Democrats, independents, apolitical people got COVID cash only because of Democrats voting for it. Not a single Republican voted for it. And we said at the time, is this going to really lead to consequences for Republicans? Because there are many Republicans who will get their $1,400 and never find out that no Republicans voted for it. There are many of these Republicans who will get their $1,400 and say, well, I want the 1,400. I like the 1,400. I know my Republican officials didn't vote for it, but I don't care because I still got it anyway, and I'm not going to hold them accountable. So we had a sense that you were not going to see punishment for Republicans for voting against very popular COVID stimulus checks that went out. We now have a new poll which finds that 50% of rural voters don't realize that it is only thanks to Democrats that they received those $1,400 checks. Americans have so far received 3 direct payments from the federal government during the pandemic. 2 were under Donald Trump. 1 was under Democrats. The first 2 under Trump's administration had huge Democratic support. And it was thanks to Republicans and Democrats that people got those first 2 bills. But the third one under Joe Biden's watch was only because of Democrats. Rural Objective PAC. This is a super PAC that is working to build Democratic support in rural, as some say, areas, found that 50% of voters in rural areas associated the recent COVID stimulus checks with the Democratic Party. 32% believe they got those checks thanks to Republicans, and 11% believe that it was not a partisan thing one way or the other. 7% weren't sure. So this is a problem for Democrats for several reasons. Number one, Democrats are failing to connect with rural voters since half of them have no idea that it is because of Democrats and Democrats alone that they got those $1,400. And then the second problem is it seems as though Republicans are mostly going to get away scot-free with no or almost zero consequences for opposing the COVID stimulus, which was very, very popular. If you're looking for some good news, those same rural voters were asked that enhanced and extended unemployment. Who do you have to thank for that? Most of them knew that did have to do with Democrats. Now, what's weird is it's all in the same bill. I don't know. This is the type of stuff that people like Rachel Bidikofer and others study and maybe could explain it to us. But this does not bode particularly well for Democrats in a number of different ways. And these are really not matters of opinion. I mean, there is a group in this country that just has no idea what's going on around them. There's no other way to say it. These are not matters of opinion. There are, we've talked before, there are people who like the Affordable Care Act but hate Obamacare. And there are people who are skeptical of Obamacare but would be okay expanding the Affordable Care Act. And of course, it's the same thing. They don't know it's the same thing. This is not we are not talking about an opinion about things. We are talking about facts and a large swath of the population that is clueless to the facts. Now, some of them are uninformed. As the poll said, 11% think that the COVID stimulus had nothing to do with Republicans or Democrats. 7% just weren't sure. So some people are really uninformed. Some people are misinformed. They believe something that is absolutely not true because it's been fed to them in some way, shape, or form. They've been fed the same lies for decades. They fall for all of them. It's not surprising, and they can't tell whether something is fact or fiction. And often they can't tell whether a statement is a statement of fact or a statement of opinion. Fox News is misinforming them. Republicans are misinforming them. Trump misinformed them. Sinclair-owned TV stations are misinforming them, and they don't know any better. There's not really any clear way to get them out of the right-wing bubble. They watch right-wing TV, they listen to right-wing radio, they go on Facebook and see things shared by people who have the exact same beliefs. They go to their church and often get a lot of the same stuff. They have no idea what is going on. And so the question we're continuing to grapple with, to which I don't have an answer, I wish I did, but I don't have an answer. How do you deprogram 75 million Trumpists? How do you do it? And we've talked before about the retail strategy, which is you on a one-on-one basis develop a relationship with people over time and slowly change their views. It can take weeks or months. The retail strategy, unfortunately, is not likely to be the mass deprogramming that we need. What would be a wholesale strategy that would work? I don't know. I don't even know how to break these people out of their echo chamber filter bubble. So we continue to search for answers to that is where we'll leave it today.